Hey Sparkles, and welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. I am so excited today because my base game save file is finally finished. If you haven't met me before, I'm Jemma and I make Sims 4 videos, gaming videos, and this is an intro to my save file. So I literally renovated every single lot in the base game and added new Sims into households I created. I wanted to have a starting save file that felt more complete, so for example adding things such as a cafe or like having semi-detached houses like we do in the UK. I just wanted to make everything feel a little more cohesive in the worlds as well. And speaking of worlds, the world of Newcrest is completely empty in the base game. So every time I create a new save, I have to fill it up with new builds and Sims to play with. So instead of having to do that every time, I created a base game save file. So for this, I downloaded builds from the gallery as a base to work off. Full credits to those creators. I'm going to add all the original lot creators into the description of the video, and I'll also add them to my Tumblr as well in case you want to check out more of their stuff. So I spent a lot of time editing those builds as well, so they're not exactly the same as what those creators posted on the gallery, because I wanted them to fit my style a bit more and make sure that everything was base game. And then I also created quite a few original Sim families to live in the 3 different base game worlds with jobs and storylines and everything. I think I spent just under a year working on this, so I'm really excited to finally share it with you all, and I really hope you like it and get good use out of it. The picture you're looking at right now is Willow Creek, so if you've played here before, it will probably look quite familiar to you. This is the road that my Sim self lives on in-game, and that is my Sim's car. And just past the tree is where the Barnett family is. They're a really sweet family, so we'll get into that a bit later in the video. But first of all, I'm going to show you how to get my save file. So the save file download is linked on my Tumblr, and at the moment my most recent post is about this new base game save file. So here I mention what's included in the download, and there's a link to my YouTube, and then you can click this link to download my save. And if you haven't seen my Tumblr before, I have some other posts such as my Gemstone Legacy Challenge, which is quite cute. So check out my channel if you want to follow along with those sort of things. But let's go ahead and click the download. So the link will take you to Google Drive, where you should be able to see the zip file of my save. This includes my save file and a text file of the same installation instructions as on my Tumblr, in case you need to refer back to them as you go. You can download the zip file by clicking this download button in the top left corner, and then you should get a pop-up once that download is complete. So if you go to your downloads folder, you should see the zip file there, and you just have to right click this and extract the files, and then you'll see an unzipped version of the folder in your downloads. This will have the same files that we saw on the web page. So in the installation instructions, I talk about how at this point you should make a backup of your saves folder, and I will show you where to find that in a little bit. If you make a backup, this just helps to prevent any of your own saves getting overwritten or replaced by my save file, as I definitely don't want you to accidentally lose any of your own saves. So my save file is this one here that says slot and then 7 zeros and then a 5.save. And the folder that you need is in your documents, electronic arts, and then the Sims 4. Then you have to look down the folders until you find the one called saves. As well, I need to make it this clear at this point, it's not a mod. You need to work with your saves folder, not your mods folder for this. So if you click into that, you can see there are loads of similarly named slot files. These are saves in your own version of the Sims 4 game. You can see here that I already have a file with the same name as my save file. You may have some differently named slots, but if you do happen to have one with the exact same name as mine, then you'll need to edit the name of your file so it isn't overwritten. The best way to do this is to go back to downloads and to my save file and click it once to change the name, and you can call it like 9000005 or 00006, for example, just as long as it's a new slot name that does not match with any of the file names that you already have in your game, then you should be safe. And remember, if you made up a backup of your save folders, you'll have this in case you forget or accidentally overwrite anything anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. So once you've made a backup of your saves folder and made sure none of the file names are matching, then you can copy my save into your own saves folder, like so. So once you've done that, you can go ahead and load your game, just the same as you usually do. So you can see here there's a save called Base Game Save and a picture of me, SimGem. So this means this should be loaded correctly, and you can go ahead and click play. I should mention that when I tested this in my friend's game, there was an alert saying, do you want to play this game without all the packs? But I just want to reassure you that this is an entirely base game save, and my friend was able to load their game just fine and play with all my characters and everything, so there's no need to worry if you get that pop-up as well. So this is what Willow Creek looks like when you load into my save. You can see my sim. I'm the only active household, but you can see that there are other townies that I've created in the neighborhood. I've also got a library, a gym, a cinema and a cafe, as well as Willow Creek Park, and some new characters too. And I've also named the houses after each of the different neighbourhoods. So for example, we have 1 Pendula View here, and number 6 Courtyard Lane, and number 1 Sage Estates. So I thought that was a cute feature that I added in. And coming out to the world view, you can see this only has content for the 3 base game worlds: Willow Creek, Oasis Springs and Newcrest. So let's go ahead and jump into Oasis Springs to see what that looks like as well. So here I have a gym, a bar, a swimming pool and a museum, and the Oasis Springs Park as well. And we have some more townies here too. And I did the same naming convention here as well. So for example, this modern mansion is called 4 Bedrock Straight. Then let's also pop into Newcrest. As you can see, I've fully populated Newcrest as well. We have a park, a museum, a bar, a library, a gym and a swimming pool. I've also added families here and named the houses after the different neighborhoods. In terms of the households, SimMe has the only active household, but here you can see all the townie families I've created, plus the original EA townies. They will still be in game. They're just not assigned to a particular lot or house anymore, so you'll still be able to play with them if you want to. So let's go back into Willow Creek and look at things in a bit more detail. Here we are at SimGem's house in Foundry Cove. You can see immediately in the jobs panel that I've put her into the tech guru career, and I've done that sort of thing with all my townies to match the family descriptions I created for them, as well as their aspirations and traits. But this is what the house looks like. It was made by wrathofcath on the gallery, but I have made a couple of tweaks inside. It looks so cute in the neighborhood with all the trees and the cute river. And then this is what the other houses in the neighborhood look like. I wanted them to all be kind of unique, but to also fit the vibes of the neighborhood, and I think it turned out really well. It seems like a really cute place to live, you know? I also included different sizes of houses, so you can see we have some bigger, more expensive houses, as well as some ones that are more starter home vibes. And then we have these houses on the other side of the street, a cute little red starter home and a bigger family home for the Barnett family. That's where the Barnetts live over there. Yeah, so this is my street. Shall we have a look at my home? So coming in the front door, we have a little lounge area here, then we have a dining table and a kitchen here, and then we have a little simple bathroom. I really like the deep green wallpaper here, cute like green and pink vibes. And then if we go upstairs, there's another bathroom, and then over here we have a cute study area, and then finally we have my bedroom with a lot of books and a cute teddy bear. Seems very realistic. And then out here, this is my little garden area. Looks very cute. We can look at the views. We could easily go fishing here, and we actually have the magical tree right here as well, so we can travel to the Sylvan Glade if we want. And the neighbours have a little telescope to do some stargazing as well. But yeah, so this is my street, very homey. It's really funny to see Simmy in the wild. Shall we have a look at some of the neighbourhoods in Oasis Springs too? Let's go ahead and check out 1 and 2 Skyward Palms. There's nobody living here, so I've just hopped into build mode so we can have a look around. So the original creator of this lot is Sydney Macoretta on the gallery, but I did make quite a few changes to this one. But this is the Skyward Palms neighborhood, looking very sunny and with lots and lots of palm trees. But this is our neighbor's house. It kind of looks a bit like a mansion, but this is what the surrounding area looks like. And then we have this lot, which the idea for this lot was that I would have two houses side by side, like semi-detached style, you know, and they have a slightly different personality. So cute, right? This is what it looks like from the front, and then if we go around the back we can see they have matching pools, and the layout inside is pretty much the same, but just like using different colors and styles. It's the same when we go down to the kitchen and living areas as well. I particularly like this one with the peach coloured couch and cute dark blue dining chairs. Feels like such a vibe. Cute, very, very cute. And they also filled out all the things in the info panel, like the house traits and stuff for all the houses too. So let's hop into Newcrest as well. For Newcrest, I updated the description a little bit because it sort of referenced the empty lots. So I said, Newcrest is a happy neighbourhood with wonderful scenery. Admire the lush landscapes and lively lakes as you stroll around town. Social families and fun couples inhabit this suburban haven, perfectly welcoming for newbies. So why don't we go ahead and check out Sage Jones's house. It says items removed, but don't worry about that. I've gone into every single lot and made sure everything is base game, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so this is Sage's house, and this is the Ridgeline Drive neighborhood. This save file also starts in my favorite month of summer if you have seasons pack, so everything is looking very sparkly right now. But if you have seasons as well, I'm not sure about this, about how it works, but you may be able to see my updated calendar, I think, as well. And if you have Get to Work, you may be able to see some clubs that I created, but I haven't particularly tested those things as I was focusing on making this like base game friendly for this save file. But this is what our neighbourhood is looking like, very wholesome family vibes. And this is of course Sage's house. This lot was originally made by Sydney Macoretta on the gallery, but I did make quite a few changes to this one as well. So this is what the front entrance of the house looks like, very luxurious and cozy. And then we come into the kitchen and dining area, and we have a little bathroom here and a back patio with a cute little pool area. And then over here we have a big staircase, and you can actually go down to the basement here, which is a cool place to hang out and play cards with your friends. And then going up to the first floor, we have an upstairs living area with a TV and a big bookcase for Sage because they are a writer. They also have a study to do their writing in, and a cute little bedroom with a skylight in the roof. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this house. A very cute and cozy one. We're right next to the park as well, so I think the Williams family further up the street will be getting a lot of use out of that. Shall we check out some of the community lots as well? Let's check out the Willow Creek Gym. So this is the gym with a cute little blue and white theme, and this was made by Quarter 11 on the gallery, and these are all the community lots in the Crawdad Quarter neighborhood, which is looking very lovely with the promenade looking out onto the lake. So we have a library, the gym, then a cinema and a cafe, and I thought these sort of fit into the vibes here. So inside the gym we have a little reception area and a pool. Then in the basement there's some punching bags, and if we go upstairs, that is where all the gym equipment is, so you can watch telly whilst having a nice jog. And there's some cute motivational pictures on the walls. The cinema looks really cool next door as well. This used to have a nightclub on, but I thought a cinema would be a bit more wholesome family vibes for this lot. And yeah, so that's the Willow Creek community lots. Let's go ahead and check out something in Oasis Springs as well. Which one shall we have a look at? Shall we go for the bar? This is what the bar is looking like, and this was made by lizzalii on the gallery. We have some cute outdoor tables as well as a lot of places to sit indoors. There's a piano over here and a nice bar area at the back, and there's a sort of storage room area over here. Then we can go upstairs and there's a few things to do up here. There's a TV and some fish bowls, there's a dartboard and a card table, then there's some chess tables in the hallway, and of course some bathrooms over here. But yeah, that is the Oasis Springs Bar. And this is what the community lots area for Oasis Spring looks like. I think it's called the Mirage Canyon neighborhood. I feel like they fit in really nicely here. I don't know, I just really like how this area turned out. Then shall we also pop over to Newcrest? My favorite community lot here is definitely the pool. So let's jump in and have a look at that. So here is the pool. You can see that there is a little house next door. This is Gus and Matthew's house. And then we have a huge gym over here and the library and another house over here. There are also some other community lots in Newcrest, but they're in different neighborhoods. I thought it would be nice to spread out the community lots a little bit in this world instead of them all being in the same area, but yeah, this is what the entrance to the pool looks like. I feel like I want to dive right in. And this was made by Reasonably Insane on the gallery, by the way. So you go up this little walkway and there are some tables and barbecues. I also edited the pools to include these little turtles because I think they're so cute. I think younger me would have loved the turtles. Then when you go inside, there is this bar area where everybody can get a refreshing drink after swimming, and there are also these entertainment areas where people might like to come and sing or tell jokes, which is quite fun. And then if you go upstairs, there's a cute sitting area, and then you can come through these doors to get to the bathroom and showers. So now I want to show you a few of the families that I created. Right in here in Newcrest, we have the Smith family. Wendy and Violet are the sweetest couple in town, only arguing about what flowers best suit their lush garden. A cozy and relaxing pair, but maybe there will be a baby on the way soon. I'll leave that one up to you guys if you want to play with them. And then in Oasis Springs, one of the families we have is the Olivers. The Oliver family are famous about town for their dodgy dealings. Mean Louisa, Evil Harold, and Snob Tamsin spend their time scheming to keep hold of their precious life of riches. So a completely different type of family if you prefer to have a bit of cheekiness in your gameplay. And their house is a private dwelling as well, so they don't want anybody snooping up in their business. Then in Willow Creek, let's have a look at the Barnetts, since we mentioned them earlier. Romantic Leonard, outgoing Samantha, and bookworm Toby form this hectic but close-knit household. Toby only hopes his parents will let him chase his dreams. ... So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to share with you about my save file. Let me know if you like it with a sparkly thumbs up. Feel free to leave some comments and share your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in another one real soon. Bye bye!